It's something you've dreamed about for years, but once you make the decision to set your retirement date, there may still be a bit of work to do. Joining us to talk about that is Gary Mattson and Laurel Steward, the father-daughter team from Mattson Financial Services, a financial firm that's been helping people retire successfully right here in West Michigan for decades. Let's say, Gary, Laurel, someone watching has set that retirement date and they want to walk away from the job this year. Gary, Laurel, welcome. Where do you start that conversation if this is the year they're making that choice?
Yeah, I love it. Well, obviously, congratulations to them because this is a big decision. They've worked really hard to get to this point. But this is where it gets really exciting for us because we're going to engage in that first meeting and just really get to know them, right? So you know you want to retire, but what is it you want to do? And that's where we dial back into what we call the dreams, goals, and desires, because that's what's going to really formulate the plan. From then, we'll look into, based on those dreams, goals, and desires, what kind of income you need to make that plan happen. And so that's when we do all those fun calculations and take really the burden from you to us and put that plan together so you can see how you can retire successfully with the income you need and flexibility for the lifestyle you deserve.
And once you got them talking about those goals, dreams, and desires, you mentioned the numbers, right? The numbers have to come into play. I'm assuming people come in with what? Shoe boxes, paper bags? Are people organized? What are you seeing?
We've seen it all.
Yeah, whatever it is, we're going to utilize it. But the biggest thing is to understand that for most people, they don't get this part, and this is what we help them understand, is that we want them to start retirement at 100% of their current take-home. You know, if they're taking home X amount of dollars, that's what we want them to start with in retirement. So many times people say, well, I've heard that I only need 70 or 80. No, because what's going to happen, yes, you're not paying that extra gas to go to and fro, you know, work and doing the things you do, but you're going to do things in retirement. You're going to travel. You may spend time with family members. You might want to do some additional work around the house or even hobbies. These are going to consume what we call the go-go years, the money you're going to need in retirement. And we want to make sure you have that flexibility to start that way, because it's really hard when people retire to tell them, now we got to cut your income.
Right.
That's not the answer anybody should have.
No, we definitely don't want to take a cut in pay when we retire, that's for sure. And getting organized, I'm sure, sounds key. I'm sure many who come to you in those final few months before retiring have probably quite a few accounts out there. I mean, you got lots of different IRAs and you got Social Security. How does it all work together?
Yeah, so that's a great question, and we're going to go through, you know, try to fact find and what have you done so far and what does Social Security look like? Are you fortunate enough to have a pension? And then is there any gap there that we need to look to your investments to make sure we're filling that? So you do have your critical income need taken care of for the rest of your life, and obviously what happens to you is the primary, what's going to be left for the spouse. And that's the other key piece that I feel like a lot of people miss. For example, Taylor and I, let's say with my husband, he might have a pension that works really well for him and gives him a really high payment amount, but if he passes, is there anything left for me? And that's the same with Social Security. Some people think, hey, I want to, you know, take it early, I want to take it now, but what is that going to do if something were to happen to your spouse? So we just look at all the different, you know, ways that your retirement plan could work, and we put it in a format for you to easily see what that income looks like to make sure you feel educated and make that decision. Yes, I'm ready to go. Let's make it happen.
And of course, we're talking about budgeting and how much risk people want to take at certain ages. I mean, these are all factors, right?
Yeah, it's really about making sure the plan works for that particular client. A lot of times we see somebody comes in and we'll have one spouse has much more money in the retirement account than the other one. And what happens, most times the people look at that and say, we're in this together, it's no big deal. Well, it is a big deal because they're called individual retirement accounts, whether it's 401ks, IRAs, and we have to spend that down for care for one individual and there's nothing left for the other individual is going to be very important. And then we have to look at the tax structures of everything taking money, because there's taxable, tax deferred, and then tax free. And then, like you said, the other parts of that is having the income coming in every month without market pressure, so we don't have to worry about that critical income need. And then the lifestyle things we want to do. Travel, do the other things. So all of these pieces need to fit together, and it sounds complex, But it's really not. Once you take the layers and understand what our clients need, we don't get them just to retirement, but through retirement with a flexible plan, taking all those considerations.
Well, it sounds pretty complicated, but it also sounds like you guys have it covered. So it sounds like there's a lot to cover. In those final few months, before somebody calls it quits at work, at what point do you want to see them come in? I'm sure sooner is better, but any time, they got to take care of these details before they hand in all this paperwork.
Right, yes. It is different with everybody. So I think it's key that if you have that date on your calendar, you're ready to go, now's the time to call. Because we can learn more about your specific plan to see, is there a hold on those funds, or is the expectation, I have access to those funds within a week. We have seen it where some have a hold up to 3 months. So we want to make sure we ask all those questions so there's no surprises when that time comes. So if you're one of those individuals, you've saved $250,000 or more for retirement, you've got your date on the calendar, or maybe you're already retired, this is an opportunity to sit down with one of our advisors, complimentary, and let's start talking about your retirement plan.
Sounds like a really great plan. Thank you so much, Gary. Thank you so much, Laurel. It's an incredible offer. For you at home, take advantage of that. They're waiting to call. It's a courtesy look for Mattson Financial. If you're retiring or already retired, Gary, Laurel, and the rest of the team will sit down with you personally to customize a retirement plan just for you. This is a comprehensive plan that includes a look at taxes, your investments, your income sources, and so much more to help you get you to and through that retirement you deserve. Call now, 616-584-3831. That's 616-514-3831.